No Way Home. I think it's a perfect storm for this Christmas coming up. Not only do we have No Way Home coming out on December 17th, the Spider-Verse 2, Into the Spider-Verse number 2 is what it looks like to me. It almost looks like there is explanation in Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse 2 for what happened in Multiverse of Madness, the movie, the live action movie. And I think this is culminating, and I've actually already seen the picture of a live action Miles Morales, either in the final credit series, final credits of No Way Home, or in Into the Multiverse 2, or Into the Spider-Verse 2. I won't be able to show you the exact image of Spider-Man in live action, but I'll show you where to find it in the video, in the clip for Into the Spider-Verse 2. But first I want to start with No Way Home. There are a lot of questions about No Way Home. The biggest thing that I think, the biggest question is, what is the black suit? The black suit is it's very pivotal. It's been in the last clip that they just put out. It's the main picture of the last clip. So I've been looking at this black suit. I've been looking at the action figures that are coming out, the Marvel Legends action figures. I've been looking at the Funko Pops, and I've been looking at the Lego. And I noticed something. There's two suits. There's one suit, which is the symbiote suit that Tobey Maguire wore in Spider-Man 2. Then there is a suit that has to have, in every Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man is given a suit. He's given a suit by Captain America. I'm sorry, he's given a suit by Iron Man. He makes a suit in one. In every movie now, he's being given suits, and they give him new abilities. I think this suit is a suit that's provided to him, or a character in this movie, by Doctor Strange. So Iron Man is not giving him a suit this time. Doctor Strange is giving him a suit. There's a black suit with gold mesh, and it basically looks like the symbiote suit, but it's got gold where the webbing is. It's like gold webbing. There's that suit. Then there is this. If you look at the picture that I'm pointing to right now, this is the suit I'm talking about. This is the Doctor Strange suit. It's got some type of archaic, mystical device on the wrist, and then the suit itself has no webbing on it at all. It looks like it's wraps. It almost looks like it's fabric that's been wrapped around him. And then in another shot, looking a little closer, you can see like wires coming off and stuff. Sort of like, maybe this is a containment unit. Maybe this isn't a suit at all. Maybe this is a containment unit for a character. That's a theory I'm going on. Now, we're all the way up here. Let's bring it back down to ground. So I went to IMDb and I said, okay, who is in this movie? Because we're missing characters. We're missing entire characters. Did you know that Kraven the Hunter is in this movie? Kraven the Hunter is in this movie. He's part of the Sinister Six. The Sinister Six is who we're talking about as far as all these evil characters that are around. Where is he in this movie? Let's look at this. So I went to IMDb and I looked to see who was actually in the movie. And actually in the movie is Dr. Octopus, the Green Goblin, and Electro. William Dafoe, the guy playing Doc Ock, and Jamie Foxx are our three big bads. They're doing interviews now. All three of them are sitting in a row doing interviews with not Tobey Maguire, but the other one, Tom Holland. They're out there doing interviews pitching this. They are the three big bads in this movie, but we're missing all kinds of things. Last year, when the first trailer came out for this movie, unless I'm making this up because I can't find it online anymore, Orlando Bloom was going to be playing Kraven the Hunter. I'm not talking about the Disney Plus series that's coming up. I'm talking about the movie. I heard that Orlando Bloom was going to be Kraven the Hunter in this movie. Kraven the Hunter's in this movie. I don't know who's playing him, honestly. I've looked it up. I've tried to figure it out. I can't figure it out. They're hiding it. They don't want us to know. It's not listed in the IMDb credits. There's only one person listed in the IMDb credits who doesn't have a character listed next to them, and it's a woman. And her name is Paula Newsome. Paula Newsome has no credit on the IMDb list. It shows all the actors who are going to be playing, and then Paula Newsome has no credit listed. Not quite sure who Paula Newsome is, but she's going to be a big bad. Big bad. This movie is all about big bads. The other thing too, in the last trailer that we just saw, they were manipulating things and changing things and adding things. There's going to be a lot of scenes in these last couple of trailers that don't exist in the movie. I'm wondering if in the original Sinister Six, let me just look at my notes so I get this right, because it did change a lot from the Sinister Six to the Sinister Seven. The original Sinister Six was Doc Ock, Vulture, Mysterio, Sandman, and Kraven the Hunter. That was the original Sinister Six. Now, Doc Ock, Vulture, Electro, Mysterio, Sandman, and Kraven the Hunter. There is no listing for any person playing Sandman in this movie. I've seen clips of a person, of the actor who played Sandman, looking like he's in this movie, but he's not listed in the credits for this movie. I believe it's Mysterio. I believe Sandman is actually Mysterio. Mysterio is still alive. Why would you get rid of Jake Gyllenhaal right off the bat? You keep that guy. You keep Mysterio coming back more and more and more. So I think that, first of all. So you've got Doc Ock, Vulture, Electro, Mysterio, Kraven the Hunter. In a second adoration of the Sinister Six, we add Scorpion. Now, Scorpion was never in any of the movies. The only thing that looks close to Scorpion is a lizard. Now, I gotta tell you, that movie sucked. I hated that movie. I hated the lizard. I hated the kid who played Spider-Man. I didn't like anything about that movie. And honestly, I think they feel the same way. I don't think you're going to see any piece of that monstrosity Spider-Man with Lizard and the kid who was the furthest away from Peter Parker I've ever seen. That movie was garbage, and I don't think they're going to pay any homage to it in this movie whatsoever. I think that's kind of gone. I think the only thing we're going to get from that movie is Electro, and they've changed his character. He's no longer blue. He's more like a Vulture character. Actually, he reminds me just like Vulture. Kind of brings me to my next point. What we've set up here is so we have multiverse characters and we have street level characters. Street level characters refers to mostly when I say street level characters, who jumps in my brain? Spider-Man and Daredevil. Spider-Man works in New York City. Spider-Man is a grounded character. I almost expect to see Spider-Man when I go to Manhattan. Daredevil, again, works in Manhattan, works in a real place. He is a lawyer. These are real people who are superheroes. They're ground level heroes. If we look at the villains that we're looking at in this next movie, we've got multiverse villains and we have ground level villains. Dr. Octavius is a multi-level villain. Green Goblin is a multi-level villain. And Electro is a multiverse villain, excuse me. We have ground level villains too. Vulture is a ground level villain. Kraven the Hunter is literally a guy from South America who hunts things. He wants to hunt Spider-Man. That's his thing. That's his option in this movie. He sees on television Jonah Jameson saying who Spider-Man is, and Kraven's like, I'm gonna go kill that thing and put its head on my wall. Okay? So we got our second street level hero. And our third street level hero is Mysterio. Mysterio has no powers at all. Everything he does is freaking just smoke and mirrors, literal smoke and mirrors. So we've got a dichotomy here. We've got these multiverse characters and we've got these street level characters. These guys are not gonna, these are two are gonna conflict. Very big, very big. So we're gonna probably kill off Green Goblin. We're gonna probably kill off Electro, but we're not gonna kill off Vulture. We're not gonna kill off Mysterio. We're not gonna kill off Doc Ock, and we're not gonna kill off Kraven the Hunter. Well, now you've got your second iteration of the Sinister Seven. All you got to do is include Agent Venom into the mix, and you got your next iteration. And what do? That iteration wants revenge on Dr. Octopus for screwing them so hard in what we're about to see in this movie. So, conflict. What's the conflict in this movie? The movie might as well be called Identity Crisis. It's in the picture of the, when you look at the all the clips, it's the split down the face. Half of the face is Spider-Man, half the face is Peter Parker. Peter Parker goes to Doctor Strange to say, look, everybody can't remember that I'm Spider-Man. Everybody needs to forget this or I can't do my job. Okay, well, I can do that, but nobody's going to remember you. Nobody's going to remember me. I can't have that. My mom won't remember. My Aunt May won't remember me. My girlfriend won't remember. What about my best friend? That's what starts to screw things up because he's in total conflict. You know that scene where we see Peter falling and that it, the whole world is doing like the thing from Doctor Strange 1? I honestly think that he's going to hit a floor and we're going to get a uh, Evil Dead moment where like he hits the ground and bursts into a bunch of little Peter Parkers. Like there's Peter Parkers everywhere. And I'm thinking about 5 of them. And who I'm thinking is OG Tobey Maguire, kid I could care less about, and our new one. Then Miles Morales, and then this. Okay, one thing we haven't talked about is that the timeline on this movie is totally screwed up. The way that this movie was supposed to come out was right after Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch was a Halloween show that was supposed to be followed by a Halloween movie. This is a Halloween movie. We're going to get a lot of scary little things in here. We might even get the Marvel zombies again in here. But I think what they're going to do is we're going to get like 5 Spider-Mans. And we're going to assume, we as the viewer are going to assume which one is which. Tobey Maguire's head looks like a basketball. We all know that. And Tobey Maguire moves like a robot. So Tobey Maguire, you can pick him out in a crowd. He could be wearing a Batman costume. I know who he was. The other kid is just tall and doesn't say anything. And we probably just do this a lot. So that's probably him. Then we've got that black suit person. That black suit person who looks like they're in a containment suit. Now, I'm not quite sure how this is all going to happen. I'm not quite sure how this is all going to play out. But with the identity crisis, Marvel is having an identity crisis right now with the Spider-Man character. They're being sued by the guy who created Spider-Man, Steve Ditko's family. And they are not suing Marvel for Peter Parker. They could care less who Peter Parker is. Anybody could be Peter Parker. They could have the name Peter Parker. Anybody could be the mantle of Spider-Man. It's the damn costume. It's the design of the costume. That's what this is all about. Marvel is in a huge identity crisis. Well, Disney really is. Half of Spider-Man is owned by Sony. Half of Spider-Man is owned by Marvel. If Marvel Disney changes the character enough, then they don't have to worry about Sony anymore. Sony can have the legacy character. They can deal with the Ditko people, and they can continue on with this brand new character whose suit looks nothing like the original Spider-Man. Now, they might get trouble down the road by the guy who came up with the black suit. I think it was Mike Zeck. But they're not going to have any trouble right now. This solves a lot of problems for them. They're pushing for Miles faster than a speeding light, faster than a speeding bullet, because they got to. They want to get out of this legal mess. They want to separate themselves from Peter Parker and move into the Miles Morales universe. That's why we're getting Multiverse of Madness right into Spider-Verse 2 on Christmas Day. A lot of stuff. I know I'm throwing a lot of stuff at you, but we got a lot of stuff coming. Now, what do we do with all this information? We make money off of it. Regardless of what's going to happen, the black suit is the key. There's two black suits. I've already determined that. There's the suit, symbiote suit, that has the gold lining in it. Okay, it's the pop. The pop is exactly what it is. Although this is a little weird. There's a pop, there's a Lego set, and then there's the Marvel Legends series for No Way Home. Look at the Marvel Legends series, the action figures for No Way Home. There is a Spider-Man character, and then there is a black suit Spider-Man character. And then there is a part of this that now part of the No Way Home action figure series is a Miles Morales video game version. Doesn't have a black suit, but it's in there. One thing that I find weird is there is a Build-A-Figure that goes along with this Marvel Legends set. It's the armadillo. One leg goes into the black suit, and the other leg goes into the Miles Morales video game figure. Are they tying those two together? I don't know. I think they are. I think we're on a bullet train to Miles Morales. Um, so, how do we take advantage of this? Again, pick up anything that you see with a black suit on it. It's just the black suit. Realize, too, what the black suit is. The black suit is the symbiote suit, and it also leads into Secret Wars, where we're going. The first Secret Wars #8, first appearance of the black suit. We're going there. We're getting that like on a poster. That we're heading right for that black suit image. That's the other thing about the black suit. It's not the classic suit. If it is Mike Zeck who came up with it, they can deal with Mike Zeck in 20 years. They need to get away from the blue. They need to get away from the classic Spider-Man suit for legal purposes. I'm telling you, this is how it's going to happen. Kraven the Hunter. Look for anything you can get on Kraven the Hunter. Nobody watches Jimmy Kimmel, but I guess Jimmy Kimmel last week had Benjamin Cumberbatch on, and he did a thing where he showed the Marvel Legends Kraven the Hunter action figure, and they said it had his face on it, but it didn't look like his face at all. It was just a Kraven the Hunter action figure from the No Way Home series that no one has seen. It's not on the market. Go back and look that if you want to check that out. I'll try to link all these things below. And then finally, it's expensive, but it's Christmas. Ask for it for Christmas. You still got about 14 days or however more, 10 days, I think you got till Christmas. Get yourself a copy of Ultimate Fallout 4. Doesn't matter if it's first print, doesn't matter if it's second print, doesn't matter if it's the first print where his head is behind the logo. Doesn't matter if the second print where his head is in front of the logo. Doesn't matter if it's the third one where he's taking off the mask. Does not matter. Don't do a facsimile. Get an original. Get one of those three, okay? Those books are about to triple in value as soon as this occurs. And it's going to happen for Christmas. Marvel is going to have a really big Christmas. Disney's counting on it. They need it. And this is it. This is it. They're going to be pushing a lot in right now so they can make as much money as possible for the Christmas season. I'll try to link everything below. I think that is everything. It's a lot of stuff, and I think I'm right. If I'm not, then what the hell? But I don't think you can miss. You cannot miss on getting yourself an Ultimate Fallout 4 before it triples in price, and you cannot miss out on the black suit. The black suit is the future. The black suit is where we're going. We're going to Secret Wars. We know we're going to Secret Wars. That Secret Wars 8, the first cover appearance of the black suit, is one of the biggest books in the world. We're heading there. Get yourself your black suit stuff. Start with that pop. The pop will probably be the thing that you make the most money off of. Then to the action figures. And then the Lego is such a niche market that's tough. And then the Ultimate Fallout 4. Try to get, what I am looking at on the Ultimate Fallout 4 is getting the third print white back Miles taking off his mask for about $200. If I can get it for $180, I'll grab it at $180. But that's what you're looking at, realistically. So you're not spending $1,200. That's all I got for you on this one, but lot coming. This is going to be a major, 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 major blockbuster. Pick up anything you can on this before it's too late and you're kicking yourself in the butt and your kids yelling at you at Christmas, why am I not having a Spider-Man Christmas? It's a Spider-Man Christmas. So that's all I got for you right now. I do want to do another video today on the preview magazine, Marvel Preview Magazine for Devil's Reign. Really disturbing stuff in there from the get-go, from the minute go. They're killing your superheroes still. So I don't really read unless you give me a really good reason to read mainstream Marvel. I ain't reading it. Um, unless it's Donny Cates, unless it's Hulk, unless it's Venom, unless it's things that I feel I need to know. I don't. I If you spend more money on blue and green hair dye than you do on blue and green ink, I really don't want anything to do with you. But that's all I got for you. You will see me in a little bit. Tonight we're doing an auction at 9:30. We got some new books in. Not a lot of new books. That's why I didn't do anything last night, because we didn't get a ton of books. We got some cool. We got some X-Men. We got some classic Fantastic Four. We've got a copy of Gun Honey #1, which is one of my huge specs right now, currently in production. But yeah, I'll talk to you later. Have a good one, guys. Thanks again for always watching and hitting that like button and doing all the stuff that you do to make me a man child.